So it's time to proceed with the completion of the clothing for this Anthro course. When I started this project, I had a relatively few amount of clothing assets to create. For the Anthro hair, I started with just wanting a sweatshirt, a pair of shorts, a simple t-shirt, and some Jordan 6 sneakers. The list of items for the Anthro hair soon increased when I came across other clothing items and props that I found interesting. I ended up adding the baggy hoodie, the cropped hoodie, a pair of stacked flare jeans, a pair of designer sunglasses, and a Patek watch, which would be shared by both characters. For the Anthro snow leopard, I had a larger list: a short style unitard, a bodysuit, a pair of sweatpants, a bubble jacket, a tube top to be worn with the bubble jacket, and a pair of Balenciaga speed runners with a fairly simple design. The list of items for the snow leopard soon also received additions: a pair of sunglasses, just like I had given the Anthro hair, an entire outfit that I thought was cool, and that came with a laundry list of ornaments and jewelry, and even its own footwear. It's become too much, and at the rate at which these lessons are going to be released, it will take forever for us to get to the other exciting parts of this course. The completed characters have to be resurfaced, UV'd in UDIM format, textured to render with Arnold and Maya or any other professional rendering software. Then they need to be rigged with advanced skeleton and groomed with XGen. So to get things moving along, I have stripped away some of the items that I plan to model off the list. And I've also made some swaps that I think will make for a more interesting course. So I took out the Patek watch. It's a fairly complex hard surface asset, and I think there are enough hard surface assets in this course to show a good amount of ZBrush hard surface modeling techniques. Now for the Anthro hair, I abandoned the original short design that I was shooting to make, and I replaced it with a more interesting pair of shorts from a brand called Hyde Park. This shorts ensemble is made up of two shorts, one under the other. I think it'll be more fun and informative to model and texture these shorts for the Anthro hair. It is definitely a lot more of a colorful asset, and I think it will be interesting to try to animate it with end cloth. For the Anthro snow leopard, I abandoned the entire outfit from Aaliyah and Jolie that I had planned to model. It is a very, very cool ensemble, but it's a lot of work. There's a top, a pair of bottoms, boots, and a ton of jewelry. So it's now off the list. Maybe in a future lesson after this course is done, I might revisit it and try to make it and see how I would simulate it with Maya's Dynamics tools. The next major decision I made with the snow leopard was to swap out her simple Balenciaga speed runners with another sneaker. Now back in 2024, when I planned to create these sneakers, they were fairly new. There have since been other newer releases. I decided to go with a replacement that is a bit more complex. I chose these very interesting, detailed Balenciaga Defender sneakers. This gigantic sneaker has a sole that mimics the look of tire treads. It has a whole lot of mesh detail on the main sneaker and a whole lot of organic shapes that require some complex sculpting techniques. The sneaker is so complex with so many parts, and I think learning how to tackle an asset of this complexity will be very useful for anyone who is on this channel to learn some ZBrush modeling techniques. When it's time to model these sneakers, I'm going to give a comprehensive breakdown of how all these individual parts are going to be resolved in ZBrush. Somewhat of the same breakdown I gave in the reference review of my cheeseburger course. So these are the new pare down lists. This is for the Anthro hair and that for the Anthro snow leopard. So this means for the Anthro snow leopard, all that is left is her tube top, her designer sunglasses, and her new Balenciaga Defender sneakers. And for the Anthro hair, we have his hoodies that are currently a work in progress, his t-shirt, shorts, and his sneakers. So a much smaller list for both characters. So now that we've reviewed the modified plan, I'm going to jump right into taking these two hoodies that were just tested with end cloth to completion. After that, I'll tackle his shorts, his shirt, her tube top, and then we'll jump into the modeling of both of their sneakers, which will be the most complex modeling assets in this course. And then I'll finish the modeling part of the course with their sunglasses, which will be all hard surface modeling techniques. So let's jump right into taking these hoodies to completion. All right, so we're finally back in ZBrush and it's time to take this baggy hoodie to completion. Now, if you remember when I was doing the tests, I ran into the issue about excess slack. Let me show you how much slack I'm dealing with this hoodie. And in that test, if you remember, I attempted to take the slack out of the torso. So I went ahead and I did some reductions. Let me look for blue. And I did like a collective reduction of about that much. I kind of shaved away this much. And then I realized that this is not what I wanted. I only want to reduce the slack in the arms, right? The amount of material under the arm is what is causing the problem. And as a matter of fact, I might want to go a little bit more, just not as much as before. I do want there to be the appearance of a lot of material, like it showcases in the reference of this attire. But these two slacks, this huge slack here and this one here combined together, just make for a mess. So I resolved, if you remember in that video, to remove the one on the arm. Just minimize, not remove. So go for something along these lines, right? And just not take too much from the side. If you take a look at the reference, I do want this feeling of the arms pushing down on the hoodie to produce this, at the very least, this little swooping line, right? There has a feeling of this to it. I think that it's okay to have slack that collects here. The arms just look really silly when they end up with the way they were looking in some of the reference. In some of the reference, it looks like this. I don't like this triangle shape. I resolved that. It doesn't look nice. I like this one right here. That looks like a regular hoodie. Yeah, this one right here. I really don't like that. It looks pretty silly. It's cool here. I don't know. I think maybe different developers of the same thing do different things. But in an image like this, it kind of looks cool here, right? But I think I'm just going to resolve to do what I said and just keep the arms, keep the slack on the arms minimal. Make sure I turn symmetry on. Make sure symmetry is on here. And just start to move it up. I have to be very careful because these are baked in creases, so I don't want to go too far. Yeah, and then I think on this top area too, I'm actually going to turn off symmetry for this one and reduce it. I'm going to turn off transparency, go to my wireframe and make sure I don't have things like this where the hand is poking through. And ultimately, this is something I could keep changing if it doesn't work. Even at a simulation time, if I don't like it, after I've resurfaced, UV'd and everything, if there's just too much material, it's going to have to be toned down. All right, now it's time to make some very important additions and changes that I wasn't mindful of. I don't know how I forgot them. The first one is this visor piece. I never modeled it. I need this. It's part of the fit. So I'm going to jump in and get that done. Just make sure I get it. It's an important part of the final visual piece. So I'm going to start with a cylinder. Just pen this cylinder in here. Solo, group by normals, which should isolate the different planes. Go delete hidden. And as a matter of fact, just to get a significantly simpler piece, I will reconstruct subdivision levels. And that's as far as I can go. Delete higher, just so I can shape this piece. The way this character is designed, this visor piece, activate symmetry, mirror and weld. We'll have to accommodate this snout of his. So it might end up looking significantly bigger and weirder than usual. With some good design, I am going to try to give it a little bit of a swooping feel. Things like this will help, even though it really is very straight in the reference. I won't push too far, but I just want to make sure that in the profile, I'm getting a nice, interesting design. You'll really only see it when the hoodie comes down. I'm going to turn on the hoodie now and see what I have to do to accommodate it. Yeah, quite a bit will have to be done just to make sure it fits. So this is a good enough shaping. It's just intended to be an initial block out. All right, so I'll take that.